Illustration 15 from study material, page 52. We did journal entries. Now we will do ledger posting. So each journal entry we will read and prepare ledger and post it. Okay. I am not preparing separate ledgers. I will just mark it a tick for each respective entry we are posting in that ledger. Okay. For example, I will show you. The first journal entry was cash account debit 10 lakhs to capital 7 lakh 50 to loan from wife 2 lakh 50. So what we will do? We'll prepare cash account, capital account and loan from wife. 3 ledgers we will prepare. First we'll prepare cash account, capital account and loan from wife. 3 ledger accounts we have to prepare. As you know, the ledgers format: date, particulars, journal folio amount is one, and date, particulars, journal folio amount is other side. This is credit side and this is debit side. Okay. Now we'll start. First is on 1st June, cash account should be debited with 10 lakhs. So cash account I am debiting by 10 lakhs. How 10 lakhs I got? With, see, date I am putting 1st June by capital, 2 capital and 2 loan from wife, 7 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50. So I have debited with 10 lakhs if you observe. But the breakup I have to write. What the breakup is there on the other side, this I have to write here. So, but we will debit it with full 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs full amount is coming if you see. We wrote here cash account is 10 lakhs. So, whole 10 lakhs will come in the ledger, but with the breakup. How we got? One is by capital account and one is to loan from wife. So, same way in capital account, same way you make the format. Now, capital account was credited in the, so we'll credit 7 lakh 50. What we'll write? 1st June by cash. And in loan from wife we will write 1st June 2 lakh 50 by cash. Okay. Second entry. Purchases to Aniket. Okay. Purchases to Aniket to cash. Okay. So we will make 3 accounts: purchases, cash. Cash is there, so we need not make. So purchases and Aniket is there, we have to make. So we'll prepare purchases account, Aniket account, cash is already there. Okay. So first what we did, purchases account is debited with 32,000. So I'll go to purchases account. I will debit. See, on the debit side I am writing 32,000. How? With the breakup. 6,400 I received in cash and 25,600 I credited to Aniket's account. Correct? But full 32,000 I have written. I have debited full 32,000 to purchase account. Same way Aniket's account. Aniket's account by purchases 25,600. Only 25,600 will come. If you see journal entry, Aniket has been only 25,600 appearing. So only 25,600 will go in Aniket's account. So Aniket's account only 25,600 but credit. Aniket's account is credited in journal entry. So on credit side we'll write only 25,600. Be clear with which side we have to post and what is the amount. Okay. Fine. Same way cash. Cash how much is there? 6,400. It should be credited. So in cash, credit side 6,400 by purchases. Correct? Next. Purchases to cash 25,000. Purchases to cash. So purchase account should be debited. We have already the purchase account. We'll debit 25,000 to cash. Correct? Debited. We have debited 25,000. Correct? So in cash we will credit by purchases 25,000 credited. Next, cash Vishakha to sales. Correct? So cash account should be debited, Vishakha's account should be debited and sales account should be credited. Right? So cash account we are debiting. We'll see cash account is being debited to sales. 6,300, correct? 6,300 na? That figure is only there in front of cash. Vishaka's account 14,700. Vishaka's account we will debit by 14,700. We'll prepare Vishaka's account and we'll debit it by 14,700. Correct? 2 sales. What is the reason? Sales. So 2 sales we should write there. Okay? Remember, on debit side 2 will come, on in credit side buy will come. Okay? Next. Sales 21,000. So in the sales we'll write 21,000. Sales credited with 21,000. Now how we will credit? We'll write the breakup. Cash amount and credit amount. So by cash 6,300, by Vishaka 14,700. So whole 21,000 if you see it is. So whole sales account is full amount of 21,000 is credited in that account. Next. Bank to cash 20,000. So bank is been debited, cash is been credited. We have to prepare bank account. So bank account is debited with 20,000 to cash we retain, and in cash we have to credit 20,000 by bank. Understanding? Next, loss by fire to purchases 5,500. So loss by fire we have to debit, purchases to be credited. So loss by fire we have to make that ledger, we don't have. We have to debit that account by 5,500. Can you see? 2 purchases 5,500. And purchases account we already have. We will credit it by 5,500. Understanding? So be clear when you see the journal entry what it is written in front of it. Like next, cash account debit to commission. Cash account should be debited, they have said, with 3,500, correct? Cash account should be debited with 3,500. So we should go to cash on the debit side. This is the debit side, right? On debit side, we will write to commission 3,500, correct? And we'll make a commission account as we don't have, and we will credit that account with 3,500 cash. Okay. Next, Aniket account debit to cash to discount. So Aniket's account should be debited with 25,600. Aniket's account we had already made. We have to debit with 25,600. How we will write 25,500 cash and 100 we gave him as a discount. Correct? Right? This two. Next, cash account. Cash account has to be credited, correct? See the journal entry, you will understand that. Cash account should be credited, correct? Cash account to be credited 25,500. So I'll go to cash account, credit 25,500. And next is discount account to be credited. We don't have discount account, so we'll open a ledger of discount and we will credit it by 100 by Aniket's account. Understanding how to post journal entries in ledger. Loss by theft to cash. Each journal entry will have 2 impacts in 2 separate ledgers, correct? If you take one journal entry, it will impact 2 ledgers. So 2 impacts will be always there, remember. So loss by theft debit 1,000 to cash 1,000. So loss by theft account should be debited. We don't have that ledger, we'll make it, and that debit side will write 1,000. Cash account we should credit it. Cash account we have credited 1,000 by loss by theft. Okay, keep the track of dates. Okay, take it from the journal entries and write the dates in front of each entry we are posting in ledger. Next, cash you did, loss by theft you did. Cash account, discount account to Vishaka's account. Cash account to be debited with 14,500. So we'll go to cash account, we'll debit it by 14,500. Discount account should be debited with 200. So we'll go to discount account and we'll debit it with 200. So discount account, we will debit it with 200. Now this is controversial because this was discount received and discount allowed. Normally it is not to be set off, but here they have shown it as a set off. We will take it like that. Okay. So discount 200. And what was the third impact? Vishakhas. In this entry we have to give 3 impacts. 3 ledgers has to be impacted, right? Remember, to Vishakha's account 14,700. So Vishakha's account we will 14,700. 14,700 with the breakup. Why? Because with 14,700 we impacted. We credited Vishakha's account with 14,700. But with the breakup, what? Cash 14,500 and discount 200. Okay? Bank account to interest account 2,400. So bank account we have debiting to 2,400 and interest account we are crediting with 2,400 by bank. Understood? So can I say all journal entries I have posted it? Correct? Check all the entries, because once we close the ledger we can't come open it again. So we'll check all the journal entries has been posted or not. Step by step each entries. So we should do this journal entry passing, posting work all slowly, very carefully we should do, because if we go wrong it is very difficult to track back the mistake. Okay. So each entry has been posted. Now we will close the ledgers, starting with the first ledger. If you see, I have put tick for whatever we have taken from journal entry and posted. So if you see, what you should do, first you should total both the sides of debit and credit side. You should total debit side and you should see total of credit side and see whichever is higher. In this case, debit side is heavier. It came up to 10,24,300. Okay. So we are finding balancing figure on this side. What is it? It comes to 9,46,000. So we'll write it by balance carried down, 9,46,400. Okay. This itself is carried down to next date. Can you see 1st July? This was the whole transactions of June. Now 1st July. To balance brought down. Same figure. Okay. This way we have to present it. This is a presentation. Same way for capital. Credit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on debit side. To balance carried down, 7,50,000. Next ledger. Credit side is heavier. So balancing figure on debit side. Purchases. Debit side is heavier. So balancing figure on this side. You write and solve this, then only you will get the grip. So draw each ledger, post it from journal entries to get a grip of how to solve it in the exam. Aniket's account will tally because we have closed this full settlement, we have closed, no? So it will tally. So there will be no balancing figure in Aniket's account. Vishakha's account also will tally. Sales account we will find balancing figure on the debit side because credit side is heavy. It's income, so always credit side should be heavier in incomes. Okay. So balancing figure is on debit side, 21,000. Bank account, debit side is heavier. So on credit side is balancing figure. Loss by fire, debit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on credit side. Commission, credit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on debit side. Discount, debit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on credit side. Right? Loss by theft, debit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on credit side. Interest account, credit side is heavier. So balancing figure is on debit side. Okay. So this way our both the sides should tally of each ledger total should be here. See, can you see on the same line they have written total and it should be the same figure. So it will tally because we are putting balancing figure. We are balancing them, okay, by putting that balancing figure on that side, and we call it as balance carried down. Okay, to balance carried down or to by balance carried down. So with that way we will close all the ledgers. When the ledgers are closed, we will prepare a trial balance. So this is trial balance as on means on 30th June. It's not for a period, it's for the last date, 30th June 2013. So trial balance as on 30th June 2013. 30th June 2013. So it is on that last day of June. What is the status of my all the ledger accounts? We will get there. So we will go to each ledger and see the balances. Like we will start with the first ledger. First ledger was cash account. Cash accounts, what was the balancing figure? My balance carried down 9,46,400. This I will take it to my trial balance. But now trial balance, if you see, it has, we prepare it particulars, debit rupees, credit rupees. So now the question comes, cash, that 9,46,400 will write on debit or credit side. Correct? So what it will be, you have to see the ledger and then you will understand. If you see the ledger, the balancing figure is on credit side. Why it is on credit side? Because my debit side was heavier, correct? I had more balance on the debit side. That is the reason the balancing figure came on the credit side. So what it means? I had a debit balance. My debit side is heavier. So I had a debit balance. So I will call this balancing figure 9,46,400 as my cash account has a debit balance of 9,46,400. How I will call it? My cash account has a debit balance of 9,46,400. So I will write my cash account has a debit balance. Can you see I have written on the debit side 9,46,400. So which side is heavier? That side is the thing we have to write the closing balance of. Okay. Now second one, capital. If you see the balancing figure is on debit side, means my credit side is heavier. So capital account has a credit balance of how much? 2,50,000. Sorry, 7,50,000. So capital account has a credit balance of 7,50,000. So I'll write credit balance, capital account, 7,50,000. Correct? Loan from wife. It is also having a credit balance. See, credit is heavier. That is the reason balancing figure is on debit side. So my loan from wife has a credit balance of 2,50,000. So my loan from wife is having a credit balance of 2,50,000. Correct? Then next, purchases. Purchases, if you see debit side is heavier, that is the reason closing balance is on credit side. So I'll say purchases has a debit balance of 51,500. Purchases has a debit balance of 51,500. Correct? Each account like this, we have to not miss out any ledger. Okay? So systematically, slowly we have to go. Aniket account. Aniket account closes. We closed it. Now there is no balancing figure. So Aniket nil. You can write Aniket nil for both, or you can move out. You need not write at all. But better to write right now at the starting stage to get an idea what it is. Next, Vishaka also no balancing figure. Both were tallying, debit and credit both sides were tallying. So Vishaka also nil nil. So Vishaka also nil and nil. Sales. Sales has a credit side heavier. So sales has a credit balance of 21,000. So sales has a credit balance of 21,000. Correct? Next, bank account. Bank account has a debit balance of 22,400. Understanding na? Why? Because bank account's debit side is heavier. That is the reason I have a balancing figure on credit side written 22,500. Because my debit side is heavier. So bank has a debit balance of 22,500. So bank has a debit balance of 22,500. 400. Loss by fire. Loss by fire has a debit balance of 5500. Loss by fire has a debit balance of 5500. Next, commission has a debit balance. No, commission has a credit balance of 3500. Commission has a credit balance of 3500. Next, discount has a debit balance of 100. Discount has a debit balance of 100. Loss by theft has a debit balance of 1000. Interest has a credit balance of 2400. Interest has a credit balance of 2400. Right? All the ledger accounts has been posted. Total it, debit and it should tally. If it doesn't tally, either you have missed out any ledger or something is wrong in the ledger. So verify it. It should tally. Okay. If it is not tallying, it is a clerical error. Posting error, some figures, mathematical error it must be. Okay. So that you can verify it and find it out. Okay. So instead of making errors better from start, carefully, systematically to post, to pass journal entries slowly and carefully. Okay. So finally the trial balance should tally, and with this our whole accounting cycle from transactions to journal entry, then to ledger, until running a trial balance is been done. Okay.